we get a thumbs up from Janelle? We are? Okay. All right. Is everyone ready? Started? And welcome everyone to the May 19th, 2022 pre-council meeting. Welcome to our new facility. I can hear an echo going out back through there, so this is great. Going through the agenda for Monday night, the assignment of the prayers, and Brian, you're there? Hello, Brian?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right, Brian is here. Going through the assignment of prayer for Monday, that'll be Karen. The approval of the minutes, everyone received the minutes, so please take a look. And any questions or concerns for Monday night. Budget report as well you received, take a look at that. I don't know if anyone has any issues or concerns right now they'd like to ask the mayor. And if not, Mayor, if you could just give us
Sure.
I'm kind of off tonight.
So
With
we're
the new digs here.
more than 33% of the fiscal year is completed. Revenues are at 52%, expenditures almost 25%. We're performing better than budget in both categories.
Okay. And are there any questions? Okay, none from council. Moving on, update on the American Rescue Act funding. Mayor?
I will give that report on Monday.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
that is just, you'll actually
We're
be
go-
making some announcements?
Yes.
Okay, great. I know there's lots of folks out there anxiously anticipating that report. We have one resolution on Monday night ratifying an agreement between the City of Lebanon and the Lebanon Police Bargaining Association, which is great news. And Mayor, if you
Yes.
could give us a little background there?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. This is excellent news. So our term of contract, it's a 3-year agreement. That's pretty standard. Our salary, we increased the starting base salary for 2022. It went from $49,300 to $57,000 for 2022. And that is primarily because I did a survey of police departments in our region and looked at their going rate, and in order to try and be competitive with them, most of them were at least $57,000 or more. I know Annville Township, their starting base salary, they're advertising right now for a position, it's $57,000. So we need to, it's tough times out there, folks. So we increased that, and that was something that the bargaining unit was also suggesting a higher starting rate. We actually bumped it up a little bit more than what they had actually offered. We also, as part of trying to negotiate that, we removed the 4th step because everyone gets a salary increase of 3%, but the starting rookie officers, they have step increases, which would represent a higher than 3% increase. But we removed the 4th step in order to bump up the starting salary a lot more.
Okay.
The other thing that we added, which I really like this, is that we will provide an additional 50 cents an hour for any officer whom we determine is fluent in any other language that we believe meets the operational needs of the city. So of course Spanish would definitely be one, but Arabic would be another. And depending on what language it is, I'm sure, if we have any percent of our population that utilizes that language, we would most likely agree to that as well as meeting our operational needs. But definitely Spanish and Arabic are the two that I think of off the top of my head. The other thing, which I think this is really great for us, is the sick leave allotment. It decreased from 30 days a year to 20 days a year. And the insurance, this is something that every contract, we always try and get a little bit more. The plans are, I think if you go out there really with a lot of the public sector and definitely private sector, our plan and what our employees have to pay is pretty minimal compared to others. But we try to, each contract, get increases in this area. And for our employees, pay what they are paying in their share of the insurance each pay would be an increase of $50 for a single plan and $100 for a family plan. So in 2021, a single employee is paying $350 and a family is $700. And in 2022, it would be $400 and $800, and each year it increases by $100 for the length of the contract. We also are increasing, that was employee deductibles. The employee premium share increased $5 per pay for year, of a $5 increase for single and for parent, child, 2 adults, and family. And the spousal penalty increased per pay each year of $5 more for all levels. Our prescription co-pays for generic drugs, we did not change anything because we want to try and encourage the use of generic drugs, but for preferred or non-preferred, it's increasing by $5, the copay. And that would be for 30-day and 90-day. In 2022, the urgent care copay is going to increase from $25 to $50. And also our opt-out payment for officers who want to not take the city's health insurance plan, including dental, they would get 25% of the monthly premium cost of the single coverage plan. That would be measured by the COBRA rate. So if they were a single person, in year 2021, they were getting $1,300 a year. Our COBRA rate for 2022 currently is at $1,180 a month. So they would get a quarter of that as an incentive to not take our health insurance. If there's not this incentive, we tend to see what we believe to be employees that just take the insurance who may not have a need for it. And then the big, what we think is an incentive, which we hope helps people who want to apply with the Lebanon City Police Department, is a 12-hour shift schedule. Now, right now we're a little short, so, but once both sides agree to when we can implement it, it would be implemented on a trial basis for a 1-year period of time, and then we would get back together and we would decide whether it's something that we felt was a benefit to both parties.
How many hours are shifts right now?
8.
And when, Mayor, do you think the next civil service
I can't
round,
tell
we
you.
don't know?
The next,
Next round for
right
hiring?
now,
Right now,
yes.
okay.
And for the last, I don't know how many years, I'd have to go back and look, but last several for sure. As soon as we finish an employment round, we're starting another
Starting,
one.
okay, good. All right, okay. That's great news. Thank you, Mayor. Any questions from council? And from anyone in attendance this evening? Yes, sir.
So the administrative, the leadership, like the chief, captain, detectives, support services too. Support services, which is a leadership position, they would still work an 8-hour shift. But all the patrolmen and PFCs and sergeants of patrol, and they would work the 12-hour shift.
And overall, have they, I'm sorry, Karen, did I? Overall, the department is mostly in favor of that 12-hour shift change?
Well,
I know there was some,
there are some that don't want the 12-hour shift, but they must have had a majority in order to
okay.
get the contract
All right.
agreed to. Yes. And that is the whole incentive here, is that they'll have more time off, which should help with the quality of life. It will switch.
Yeah, it's the largest pro to it for them is every other weekend off. Every other weekend they'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back on.
And right now, there are some guys that don't have the weekend off. A whole weekend, or even a weekend, if they have Monday, Tuesdays off, or
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Any other questions?
It's something that I typically don't like to state publicly, just for that security. But with our incident that just occurred, that kind of put us at more than what we traditionally are trying to fill. Right now, we don't believe we need it. The guys are covering the shifts. The chief and I have sat down and discussed some options, but I'm not ready to publicly state what some of our options are. But that's something we were a little more time was directed to the incident itself, helping the guys, helping our department and the city as a whole, and then moving. So next week, hopefully we can regroup and look at these options and decide, are there any things that could help the guys with, and girls, our police officers with quality of life and meeting our needs with the schedule. But right now, they're all on board and working it, and, things are fine. But we don't want long-term to overwork our officers, so we're looking at other options to try and help the situation. Yes, I've even had the chief fill in one time as a supervisor recently.
When is the 12-hour schedule starting, or is that still debatable?
That is when both sides agree that it's a good time to start it. And that's mainly going to be when we have some of our shortage addressed.
So it will be implemented at some point?
Yes, it has been agreed to, but the only part that is up in the air is when.
Okay. Any other questions? And who would like to take that resolution Monday night?
I'll take it.
Richard, thank you. And the last item for Monday evening, we have Sandra Dissinger, reference issues with yard waste pickup and water runoff. And you have some reading there discussing that, and she will be addressing us on Monday evening. So that's our formal agenda for Monday night. At this time, I'll open it up to council. Any issues or concerns?
I just have a question, mostly associated with this new environment, especially since we have someone coming to address us on Monday for the sake of everybody that's here and online. Is that crowd mic'd, or how is that audio out there?
So we will have a podium, which I think we just forgot it tonight. So we'll have a podium with a microphone on it.
So it'll be my job to ask them to come up to the podium and, okay. I know we've been lax on that in the past, so, all right. I'll crack the whip. And Mayor, if you could give us a quick update on, we're in place here now with the new building, and maybe you're what, 2 weeks into it?
So I think it was just last week that we were moving, right? So we were moving last week, and this week on the 9th, isn't that? I don't know. I feel like I'm in a different time zone. Are we? The first week we moved, and then last week we opened to the public. Yeah, okay. So now that's how it's going.
They just tell you to show up.
So it's been somewhat overwhelming, but I think overall, everyone has pitched in and has done a tremendous job, seriously. We've had professional help, we've had employees helping, and like I said, everyone's pitched in, from moving boxes to cleaning some things to planting flowers and moving mulch, and it's just, it's been wonderful, really, the help from the employees, and I'm hoping, I'm seeing that, they're excited about the building and the facility and the freshness, newness.
Any big surprises? I heard a snicker over there. I didn't
Yeah.
get that on the tour.
Yeah, it's
Oh, all right.
penthouse that you think it is. It has equipment in it.
Oh.
And it's on a hot roof. It's not air conditioned, so it's better here.
Okay.
Good.
But I think it looks beautiful, and I'm very proud of it, very pleased. And I think on Monday, when we have the grand opening, ribbon cutting, and we can talk more about
I don't know if you
these
want
things.
to quickly on Monday, Mayor? Give a quick
So
rundown.
Monday, 11 o'clock, we'll recognize event sponsors, project contributors, have a little summary of the project, a little video, and I'm hoping, I'm waiting to hear back from him, have a blessing of the building, ribbon cutting, some refreshments, and
Tours?
and then public tours.
Tours, okay, great, all right. Monday at 11, all right. Any other questions from council before I open it up?
Hey, Joe. Yeah, I would just like to say something real quick. I just want to commend you and your staff for the plantings. They look great and really liven the place up. And plus, I saw you guys, I had a front row seat to you guys moving in, so I saw how hard they were working. And I want to, thank you and your staff for their hard work. And I think it's going to be a great venue, and thank you.
Thank you. So Robin took the lead on the plantings outside. We had a master gardener, Jane Yoakum, who is on our Shade Tree Commission and is also a member of our police pension board for many years. And she kind of laid out what she thought would work well in the shade, the full sun and whatnot. And I basically said what colors I wanted, and Robin and Jane made it happen. And then a lot of the employees helped do some of the planning. I helped a little bit, but not as much as everyone else, that's for sure. So yeah, I definitely thank Jane Yoakum and Robin and the rest of the employees for all of their help.
Yeah, looks great.
It does.
Okay. At this
Prior
time-
to that, we even, on United Way Day of Caring, we had all the old stuff there that needed to be pulled out, and Donna helped on the United Way Day of Caring. I got poison ivy. Most of us got poison ivy. For 3 weeks, I had poison ivy.
Bless you.
So I want to thank Donna for that, and
Thank you, Donna.
thank you.
All right. Okay. At this time, I'll open it up to anyone in attendance. Any questions? Laura?
So we still have employees that are you mean right behind us? On Spruce off of Spring, I mean, right behind the building at the police garage. So police vehicles park there, the fire vehicles park there, we have inspectors that park there. There are, I think, 4 spaces that eventually are going to be painted for visitor vendors. So if one of those is open, you could park there. Otherwise, it would be 7th and Willow or out on Cumberland Street.
Okay. Any other questions?
Probably at that time, those visitor spots are going to be open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it easy, just parking right down the alleyway behind Richards. Okay. If there's no further questions, we'll see everyone Monday evening. Well, Monday at the grand opening, hopefully, so at 11. All right, thanks, everyone. Yes, Monday meeting
And at that
is-
time, the meters are free at 6:30.